Hey guys, I was just reading from Mark 10, where it says Jesus heals the blind. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name right, Bartimaeus. Anyway, um, and this passage really what really spoke to me through this passage. So I thought I'd just share a little bit. The first thing that came to mind is the fact that this blind man who probably, who's just begging on the streets or something. This guy who no one really appreciated, probably. No one he's just this blind guy, okay? And yet his name is written in the Bible. His name has been known for centuries and centuries. I'm sure there were many, many rich and powerful people who we've just forgotten, we don't even know about. But this guy, Bartimaeus, we still talk about. And that just reminds me of how great my God is, that he just takes the lowly and he raises them up. And makes, he takes the weak and he just uses them, and it's so amazing. Anyway, so this blind beggar, so yeah, he was a beggar, so I can imagine what kind of looks and stares people used to give him. He's on the street, he hears that Jesus is passing by, and so he starts to call out, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And a lot of people rebuked him, telling him to be quiet. And that just reminds me that a lot of people are going to tell believers to be quiet when they're trying to talk about Jesus, when they're trying to spread the gospel, when they're trying, they'll tell you you're too fanatic, or you're obsessed, or you're this, or you're that, or the other. But you know what? This guy didn't listen. He kept calling out to Jesus. Okay? And then he got healed. When the world tells you to be quiet, don't listen. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep calling out to him. Keep drawing near to him. Because the world is going to tell us to be quiet. Because they don't like it. They never liked Jesus. They crucified him. And whoever follows him, they're not going to like him either. Okay? They're going to tell you to be quiet. Don't listen. People have told me to be quiet. But Jesus, he hears the guy and he goes, call him, and the guy comes, and Jesus is like, what do you want me to do for you? And obviously Jesus knows what the man wants him to do for him. He's a blind beggar. He knows, but he still asks because he wants the guy to speak it. He wants the guy to tell him. He wants to see the faith of this man. I don't know exactly why he does it, but I'm guessing it's so that the guy can actually confess and say, Jesus, I want you to heal me. I know that you can heal me. This is why I'm coming to you right now. And Jesus wants to hear what we want. God knows what we want. He knows what we need before we even ask it. But he still wants us to ask. And sometimes you have to keep asking. You have to be like that persistent widow. Sometimes you just have to keep saying and believing, though. Believe that he hears you. Believe that he loves you. Believe that he's able to do this. And just entrust him, with whatever whatever's going on in your life. Just trust him. Trust him. He's a loving Father. He knows what he's doing. Trust him. And so, Jesus tells him that your faith has made you well. And he's healed. And what does he do as soon as he's healed? He followed him. You know, he followed him on the way. Now I don't know if he kept following him everywhere and everywhere he went, but at that moment, at that time, he followed him. And when God helps us see, maybe not physical sight, maybe it's spiritual sight, you know, maybe it's just to see him more, or to see the world as God sees it, or when our eyes, the eyes of our heart are opened, and you see Jesus. And that's what happened to this blind man. His eyes were open, and the first thing he saw was Jesus, probably. You know, and he followed him because he knew that, you know, this guy is something special. He could have chosen to do anything with his new sight. He didn't have to follow Jesus. He could have been like, oh wow, I've been blind for so many years, begging on the streets. You know, finally I can see, I can go and do, I don't know what he was dreaming of doing. Maybe he dreamt of when he got his sight that he'd be able to, I don't know, go and find a beautiful woman, or I don't know, but I'm sure he had loads of time on his hands to think about what he'd do if he ever got his sight back. You know, but he followed Jesus, or that's what he chose to do. And you know, we should pray to God that we can see, you know, that he would open our eyes more, even if our eyes are open at the moment and we can see and we do follow Jesus more, that he would give us more wisdom, more understanding, that whatever he desires to bless us with, because you know, at the end of the day, when you leave the decisions up to him, it's always better, because he knows what we need more than we do.